Hi guys, good morning. I just have a quick video. I don't know if it's going to be quick actually. I'm not even going to lie to you guys. But I don't know if it's going to be quick, but I just have something to tell you guys. I was speaking to someone this morning about, something in particular relating to people just randomly just switching up on you, no longer wanting having anything to do with you and stuff like that. And I want to tell you guys something. People do have good motives, but motives can change. Someone can be around you and they can love you and they can support you, but their motive can change once they see that you start to evolve, once you see that you start to elevate. It doesn't mean the person hates you. It does not mean the person hates you or the person is evil or anything like that. Sometimes for some people, it's hard for them to be around people who are elevating, especially if the person is doing something that they want to do or that they're into. So let's just say that both you guys want to be writers and one person didn't start writing yet. They've been procrastinating, they're not doing the work, or there's a lot of things that come in their way to where they can't do the writing, right? And let's just say that you finally completed your book. Both of you guys said you're going to do it at the same time, and you ended up completing it. And the person may be happy for you in the moment when you were doing it, when both of you guys were doing it, you guys are both happy for each other. But because you completed the book and now your book is on shelves and you're making sales, the person may no longer want to be around you. It's not that they hate you. It's not that they dislike you, but it's a reflection and a reminder to them what they didn't finish. Do you see what I'm saying? It's a reminder to them, like, listen, we both had the same idea. We could have both did the book at the same time. She did the work or he did the work, and you know what? I never got a chance to do anything. It's a reminder to them that they're kind of behind, even though they're not, because everyone works at their own pace. But in their mind, it's a mindset. In their mind, they may feel like being around you is reminding them how far behind they are. Okay. It could be a situation with age. Let's give you an example with age. Age doesn't matter in certain situations. The Bible even says age doesn't matter, as in like when it comes to having a child, when it comes to marriage, when it's your time, it's your time. But like I said before, it's a mindset. Okay. So let's just say that you and someone grew up together and you both were talking about marriage, and even in your 20s you're talking about marriage, your 30s you're talking about marriage, both you guys are not married, and then all of a sudden you get married and then you find out you're pregnant, and that friend or that person, family member, whoever it is, no longer wants to be around you because it's kind of like it's like both of you guys talked about having a child before a certain age, getting married before a certain age, and then you finally did it, and the person's like, okay, what about me? They feel kind of left behind, right? So it's not that they hate you, but it's like it's a situation where now it's hard for them to be around you, because when they see you with your husband or they see you with your child, it's just a reminder to them that they're behind. Although they're not, like I said before, it's a mindset, it's a mentality that people have to break, okay? And this goes with everything in your life, okay? Anytime you're around someone and you elevate and you and this person are on the same page, as in like career or whatever, the person's not going to be comfortable around you. How many of you, we've all been in a situation like this where we've always been, well, not always, but we've all been in a situation where somebody would elevate and then we'd feel uncomfortable being around them because they've elevated. In the past, far in the past, I felt like that in the past, okay? And I admitted that in the past. I don't feel like that anymore. Even when like I said, since 2016, God has definitely humbled me. Okay. So since 2016, I've always checked my feelings and stuff. But a lot of us have been there at least once in our life. You know what I mean? Where we would start feeling uncomfortable when we see someone else elevate, and it would make us kind of distance ourselves. But it's not because we dislike the person or we hate the person, but we would we would distance ourselves. Sorry, train of thought. We would distance ourselves for the sake of protecting ourselves, for the sake of not wanting to feel jealous, not wanting to feel uncomfortable, not wanting to feel insecure. So we would distance ourselves to protect ourselves, to avoid these feelings, okay? And to avoid us eventually starting to dislike the person, eventually starting to find reasonings to dislike the person, right? Some people, it gets to a point where they get so comfortable with faking it to the point where they will be around the person that's elevating, although they know they have these feelings. They would stay around the person, and then guess what happens? It starts to pile up like a snowball. So then now that little bit of jealousy, that little bit of insecurity, it starts to keep growing and growing and growing, and then it snowballs. And pretty soon that jealousy can turn into envy. This is why those of you guys who are elevating now, and you have people who actually hate you and dislike you and who do things to try to block you, it's because most of the times, especially when it's family, like with Joseph's situation, it's because most of the times you're forced to be around someone. This is why you see mainly with family, because when you're with family, it's like you have no choice but to be around that family member or family members, because you guys are blood. Okay, you got to see each other at family gatherings. You're gonna hear about each other from other family members. You know, you may live with the person, right? So because you're around that family member and you guys have to be around each other because of blood purposes, you know, and you may be at a young age or something where you have to live with these people or whatever. It's a situation where their jealousy, them feeling uncomfortable, them feeling insecure, it starts to pile up over the years. And then as it starts to pile up over the years, it then starts to turn into envy. And then when it turns into envy, it's your own blood that's trying to kill you. It's your own blood that's paying witch doctors to block your marriage or to block your love life or to block your finances. It's your own blood that's trying to put any type of blockage in your career. It's the own blood that's doing it. That's why they say, the Bible says your enemies will be the members in your own household, okay? Family's the worst type of enemy you can have because you guys are related, okay? So until you get to an age to where now you can distance yourself, you can protect yourself in a way. But like I said, when it's people who are not related to you, who are not your blood, right? Most of the times you'll see them pull themselves away, okay? To avoid getting to this extent, right? And it's a natural human reaction for people to have jealousy. It's natural to be jealous. It happens here and there. What you don't want is you don't want the jealousy to turn into envy, right? And that's what happens when you're forced to be around the person. So it just starts to pile up. So where I'm going with this is, for many of you guys, this is a mindset that you have no control over when it comes to other people, but it's a mindset that you have control over when it comes to yourself. You have to make sure that you train yourself, as in like you correct yourself and you ask God to heal you and deliver you from any type of insecurity you may have, any type of doubt you may have, lack in confidence. Ask God to remove these from you, because at the end of the day, if you always consistently pull yourself away from anyone that's elevating, how is God going to help you succeed? Because God brings people in your life who are further than you to help you. Do you see what I'm saying? And what I mean by that is, it doesn't have to be a friend, but God could bring a friend in your life, or God can bring someone in your life who is elevated, and that person may be used to actually give you kind of like a stepping stone, right? And if you pull yourself from anyone that's elevating in your life, that you feel is making you uncomfortable because of their elevation, and you don't work on that mental trait that you have within you that needs to be broken, it's like you're consistently blocking yourself. Because anyone that God brings in your life to help you is going to obviously be further than you, or obviously going to be elevating with you. Do you get what I'm saying? So if you pull yourself from everybody, you're not going to have anyone to assist you. And then what happens is you end up self-sabotaging. And when you self-sabotage, God's going to say, well, I've sent 10 people, 15 people, 20 people in your lifetime to help you, but because you could not control the way you feel relating to your insecurities, or you cannot control, or because you couldn't handle being around the person and watching them elevate, you chose to pull yourself away. You chose to self-sabotage, right? So it's very important for people to break these traits from now, okay? You can't run from everybody that you see that's elevating further than you. That's a bad mindset to have. If anything, you want to surround yourselves with people who are doing better for you, better than you. If you ask people who are successful today, A lot of them will say people in their circle are filled with successful people. Everyone in their circle is doing better than everybody else. So or they're on the same page, or they're doing better. Like one person will say, okay, that person's doing better than me, but I look up to that person. They motivate me. They encourage me. There's not 1 ounce of jealousy, not 1 ounce of insecurity, because I know I'm learning from that person. To get to that type of mindset means there's healing that has to be done on your end. If you don't start to heal this, you are going to keep blocking yourself. So I want to tell you guys, I'm telling you guys this to let you guys know, because a lot of us have been here in the past, and a lot of us have caught on to what the issue was, and we have chosen to get deliverance from it and to break it. A lot of people are in denial of that, so they choose to run, right? And when they choose to run and hide, they hold on to these types of emotions and they don't work on it, and they keep pushing people away who are meant to be there to help them. Okay, so like I said, not everyone that pulls himself away from you because you're elevating actually hates you. Some people do it because they have not worked on the insecurities. They have not worked on themselves. So it's hard to watch someone else do good if they're not in a good place, or they haven't really worked on themselves. That's something that they have to work on. If you have these same type of issues, then you have to work on it. It's very important, especially if you want to succeed, especially if you want to elevate yourself. It's very important, because God is going to surround you with people who are just like you, who are elevating just like you. And if you don't work on it now, you're going to be feeling threatened by every single person that comes around you, and you're not going to have anyone there. Do you see what I'm saying? I'm telling you guys, it's a self blockage by doing that. Okay, I love you guys. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.